A smell hits you and boom! You're not here anymore. You're 7 years old, dripping ice cream down your hand like you've never heard of napkins. Or lying in your grandma's rose garden, or sitting in your old classroom wondering why the erasers smelled weirdly delicious. And you didn't decide to remember that. Your nose just hijacked your brain like a sneaky little weirdo. But here's the wild part. How exactly are we smelling memories in the first place? Every other sense plays fair. You see something coming, you hear the warning before it arrives, you can mentally prepare yourself, maybe even suck in your stomach if someone's taking a picture. But smell's a ninja. Think of your brain like a city. Sight and sound are law-abiding citizens. They stop at red lights, wave at traffic cops, pay their taxes, and generally behave themselves. Smell's the guy on a stolen motorcycle wearing sunglasses at night, blasting through alleys, mowing down every do not enter sign, and skidding straight into the most emotionally unstable neighbourhood in town, without so much as a helmet. When light hits your eyes or sound waves hit your ears, the info politely reports to the thalamus, your brain's sensory air traffic control. There's a whole check-in process, baggage screening, customs, a nice little coffee shop. As for smell, that doesn't even land at the airport. It jumps out of the plane mid-air, parachutes straight into your amygdala, aka your feelings HQ, and kicks down the door of your hippocampus, the memory vault. Translation, your nose has a private VIP tunnel to your heart and your past. No one else gets that kind of access, except maybe your ex who still knows your Netflix password. Here's how the ninja move works. Tiny airborne molecules, perfume, wet dirt, burnt toast, are constantly drifting into your nose. You don't even have to invite them in. They just show up unannounced, like that one cousin who never texts first. Inside your nostrils are about 400 different types of smell detectors called olfactory receptors. Picture them as bouncers at the exclusive nightclub that's your face. These bouncers don't just glance at IDs. Oh no, they scan each molecule like they're TSA agents on triple espresso. Then they hand the guest list over to the olfactory bulb in your brain. The olfactory bulb? Well, think of it as your brain's sketchy back alley switchboard operator. It doesn't route the call to customer services, it hotwires the signal straight into the VIP lounge, your amygdala, that's feelings, and hippocampus, your memories. That's why it feels instant. Smell doesn't just remind you of something, it yeets you right back into the middle of it. You're not remembering Grandma's kitchen, you're standing there, holding a spoon, wondering if you can sneak a cookie without getting smacked with it. But if you think that's wild, wait until you hear the part that's going to make you side-eye your own nose for the rest of your life. Ever had a smell hit you so hard you felt it in your bones? Yeah, that's because it's not just a memory, it's full-on sensory teleportation. Smell doesn't politely hand you a postcard of the beach, it drop kicks you onto the sand under the blazing sun with salt water crusting on your skin. You feel the heat, hear the gulls, smell the sunscreen, and yes, you even taste the sand you inhaled when you tried to wipe your face with the same hand you just used to build a sandcastle. One whiff of gasoline, boom! You're back in the sticky vinyl back seat of your dad's old car, stuck behind a station wagon for 200 miles, wondering if you'll ever feel your legs again. One puff of pipe smoke, suddenly you're in Grandpa's living room watching him read the newspaper, which is code for snoring loud enough to scare the cat. Here's the creepy part. Some of these smell memories aren't even from your adult life. They can reach way back, before you could walk, talk, or even successfully hold your own head up. Babies just a few days old can recognise their mother's scent, and that memory sticks like gum on a shoe. Which means right now, in your brain, there are smells you already know but have never consciously thought about, and the second you smell them, they'll swing open a hidden trapdoor into a room in your brain you didn't even know existed. But here's the twist. The smell isn't just here for the nostalgia trip, it's been pulling life-saving stunts for your ancestors for thousands of years, and you're about to find out how your nose might have kept you from being lunch. People love to treat smell like the bonus feature of the senses. Like, sure, it's nice to smell cookies, but if it disappeared tomorrow, you'd just eat sad, flavourless bread and get over it, right? Wrong. Your sense of smell is basically the bouncer of your identity. You know the scent of your own home. You can pick your partner's hoodie out of a pile with your eyes closed, and not because of some romantic sixth sense, but because you've inhaled that mix of deodorant, laundry detergent, and mysteriously forgot to shower that one time for years. You notice something's burning way faster than you see smoke, which is great because your ancestors relied on smell to not die horribly. Spoiled food? Death prevention. Rain on dry earth? A sign the crops might actually live this year. The musk of another human, friend, foe, or future baby daddy. And here's the thing, this smell map is still running in the background of your brain 24/7. You just ignore it until it sucker punches you with a memory so vivid you feel like you just got dropkicked back in time. Your brain, oh, it's lazy. It forgets names, misremembers stories, and occasionally convinces you that you've met someone before just because they kind of look like that guy from the DMV. But your nose is the obsessive hoarder of the sensory world. It's that one friend who never deletes old photos and still has receipts from 2008. One whiff of jasmine and boom, you're back in the middle of a summer fling you swore you forgot. A burnt marshmallow smell and suddenly you're hearing campfire guitar chords from 20 years ago and remembering that one kid who definitely couldn't play guitar but kept trying anyway. And here's the kicker, smell can actually restore forgotten memories. Scientists have used scent to help people with memory loss recover moments they thought were gone forever. Yeah, your nose can literally resurrect your past like a creepy little time necromancer. So the next time a random smell sucker punches you with a memory, don't brush it off. That's your brain flexing, saying, see, I do care about you, I've just been hiding this in the back for 30 years. It's proof that you're carrying your entire life in your head, just waiting for the next cup of tea, the next rainstorm, the next whiff of someone's perfume to rip the lid off that time capsule. But here's the freaky twist. That same superpower that hands you your happiest forgotten moments can also drag you straight back into your most awkward, cringy, and absolutely horrifying moments. And trust me, your nose doesn't care about your dignity. PTSD patients often report smell as one of the strongest triggers for flashbacks. The scent of burning fuel, blood, or certain foods can instantly transport someone back to trauma. Because smell bypasses logic and lands straight in emotion. It doesn't give you the option to prepare. That's the blessing and the curse. But what if I told you scientists are now experimenting with ways to edit those smell memories? Imagine deleting the scent of a hospital corridor from your brain forever. So let's flip the question. If you could bottle one smell forever, your ultimate teleport you back scent, what would it be? The rain hitting hot pavement after a storm? The smell of your childhood home when your mom was baking? That weird but somehow comforting smell of old library books? Some answers will be sweet. Others will be downright strange. Trust me, every time I ask this, there's always someone who says gasoline and smiles like that's completely normal. So the next time you're hit with a random scent, don't fight it, let it take you where it wants to go, because behind that smell is a piece of you that's been waiting quietly in the dark. Also, what's the smell you want to wipe from your memory? Let me know in the comments. And if you think this was interesting, head to my video on volcanoes, because that would blow your mind. Literally.